This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, talk it to me.
Well, good evening, and welcome once again to the Mini Dome on the campus of Shelton High School for South Sound Conference Girls Basketball on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. I'm Dietrich Allen, and you are watching the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. Tonight, the Shelton Highclimbers host the Peninsula Seahawks. Shelton comes into tonight's game with a 7-2 record, 3-1 in the SSC. The Lady Climbers are coming off Thursday's 50-42 win over Olympic and have a 4-game winning streak. Peninsula is 8-1 on the season, 3-1 in the conference. The Lady Seahawks' only loss so far this season has been to Gig Harbor, 60-30 on December 15th. Since then, Peninsula has beaten South Kitsap Stadium and Spanaway Lake. Shelton also lost the Times 55-47 on December 13th. This is the first of two meetings between the Climbers and the Hawks this season, and Peninsula has beaten Shelton in the previous 4 matchups over the past 2 years. The current standings show the Highclimbers, Seahawks, and Timberline are in a 3-way tie for second in the South Sound Conference. As we approach the midway point of the season, tonight's game will likely set the course for the rest of the conference schedule. Will Shelton make it 5 games in a row, end their losing skid to Peninsula, and take sole possession of second place in the SSC? Or will the Seahawks extend their winning streak and become the conference's number 2 team? We're just minutes away from finding out. Coming up on the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show, we talk with Shelton coach Aaron Leth. It's South Sound Conference Girls Basketball, the Peninsula Seahawks at the Shelton Highclimbers, next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being brought to you by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected, and Maple Glen Senior Living, celebrating the art of life.
It may not seem fast or close to you, but 100 times a day we leave our office and put ourselves only a door away. An average of 2 patrol cars are struck and 1 trooper injured every month. It's Washington law that you slow down or move over when you see emergency lights ahead. We ask that while we're out here getting you and your family home safe every night, you help us get home safe to our families. Slow down and move over.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen and Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
And welcome back to the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. I'm Dietrich Allen. It's now time to talk with the coach. Coach Aaron Leth, your last outing, you got the W, but I hate to say this, but you tried to give it away several times.
Well, when you live by the three-point line, you can also die by that three-point line. And, you know, our whole mentality for the last 5 games, especially teams that play a lot of zone on us, is we got to go inside out. And I always tell them they're going to leave three-point opportunities for you. And not that we shouldn't shoot when we're almost shooting 50% on the season, but when you shoot 5 for 29 from the three-point line, you got to figure out other ways to score. And we tried a few times. We got in a run there early in the fourth, got up by about 18, and then tried to give it away in the end. And it wasn't our best ball, but, like you said, we came out with a W.
Have to ask you about a play that sticks in my mind. Defensive end, you got a steal. It was saved in bounds. Go the length of the court, and it almost looks like you were going to give it away. Katie Johnson saves it. You get under the basket, and then you kick it out for a 3 and get a 3 out of that. Now my point of bringing this up is a lot of people would have given up on that play several times, and your girls didn't.
After the game, we talk about we do a spotlight, and we spotlight each person on the team, and just kind of a kudos deal. We go to the middle of the floor, and, we invite all our fans to come out and listen to it. We have nothing to hide. And the one thing I told our girls is the one thing they are always is resilient. They don't like to lose, and when they're faced with, an adversary that's a really good team like Gig Harbor, or even just a okay team like Olympic, when people start making runs on us, it backs us into a corner, and our girls respond really well. And there's no quit in our girls, and that's one thing I love about them is every game we've played, they may not have been the best games, but we play right down the wire. We don't give up. We don't fold tents. Bad things happen, and one of the things I tell the girls is I said there's only a few things you can control. You can't control the refs. You can't control what the other team's going to do. You can only control what you do. And as long as we execute what we do well, then we'll be okay in the end.
Let's talk about tonight. You say you've got a couple of key players out. What's going on?
We got a couple girls sick right now. Kylan Powell is out, Timberware out. And, those are key players for us. Those are both starters for us. And basically our number 1 and number 2 scorer for the season. Kylan's averaging a double-double every game. It's huge. I'm not going to lie. The numbers are kind of staggering as far as what we're giving up. But I will say that the girls we have that come in and play off the bench, they could start for probably any other team that we have in our league right now. And so what we lose, it gives our girls coming off the bench that opportunity to prove to us and to themselves what they can do. And I know that we're going to give it to Peninsula all they can take tonight.
Let's talk about Peninsula. One loss, and they lost to Gig Harbor. Does that come into your mind at all?
It does. It also comes into my mind that we lost by 8 and they lost by 30. But, here nor there, we both lost to them. We know that. We're tied right now with Timberline and Peninsula. And, we have Timberline on Friday. And so these 2 games, to me, are crucial games. We've talked before. We can't ever look through people. We don't ever look through people. But, we know we have to get done what we need to get done tonight. And if we do that, we have a very good chance after Friday's game to be number 2 solely in the top of the standings.
And that's your goal after this week?
That's our goal after this week, is to be number 2 in the standings by ourselves. Beating both of these teams is key. Then we have 3 games next week that are all on the road, which is always tough. And then we have Gig Harbor coming back the next week to our place. And that's, again, we're not looking through them, but I'm looking forward to that game.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Shelton coach Aaron Leff. His pregame comments made during the JV game, which was one-sided. The Shelton Highclimbers JV remains undefeated on the season, and we talked about that last week. Anyways, we'll have starting lineups, tip-off, and some more here from the Mini Dome as the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show continues on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
I'm Deputy Steiner with the Grace Harbor County Sheriff's Office. Washington's new distracted driving law is now in effect. This new law significantly changes how you can use your cell phone while driving. Here's what you need to know.
It is now illegal to hold your cell phone while driving, even when stopped in traffic or at a traffic light. This law includes all electronic devices, such as cell phones, tablets, laptops, and video games. No typing messages or accessing information. No watching videos or using the camera. You can use your device if you are hands-free and can start use by a single touch or finger swipe, if you are parked or out of the flow of traffic, or contacting emergency services. With this new law, you will need to start GPS or music before you drive. The fine for a cell phone violation is $136, $234 for the second offense, and these tickets will now be reported to insurance companies.
We see firsthand the results of distracted driving. Focusing on the road instead of your phone will save lives and reduce serious injuries.
On the road, off the phone. It's the law. For more information, visit wadrivetozero.com.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the fourth Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune into a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
Back at the Mini Dome. This is the Maple Glen Senior Living pregame show. I'm Diedrich Allen. The Highclimber Band is in the building tonight, which is good to see. First time that they've been to a game as far as I am aware. And we're just a couple of minutes away from tip-off and starting lineups. And we'll remind you that there is a change in the starting five for the Highclimbers tonight due to some illness on a couple of the starters, their usual starters. But we'll get into that in just a moment here on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be back with those starting five for each team.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
And we are back here at the Mini Dome, waiting for the start of the starting lineups. The announcement of the starting lineups. Let's give those to you right now. We'll start out with the visiting Seahawks. It's Paige Palagi, a 5'4" senior. Kirsten Ritchie, a 6'2" senior. Esther Papalis, a 5'6" junior. Renee Doss, a 6'2" sophomore. And Belle Frazier, a 6' junior. For the Highclimbers, starting lineup a little bit different. Katie Johnson still in the starting 5'3" senior. Jordan Peterson, a 5'8" junior. She gets the starting nod tonight. Jasmine Griffin, a 5'6" senior guard. Kayla Garens, a 5'11" senior post player. And the other change in the starting lineups, Lexi Moon, a 5'9" junior. So that's Johnson, Peterson, Griffin, Garnes, and Moon for Shelton. Polagi, Ritchie, Populis, Doss, and Bell for the Seahawks. So we'll be back with that tip-off in just a moment. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Just about ready to get this thing tipped off. Peninsula will be in their dark black jerseys with the green letters. Looks like Kirsten Ritchie will be in center court to do the honors to jump this thing off. The Highclimbers will be in their home white unis, as usual, and it's Kayla Garens face off. So we're about ready to get this thing underway. Ball's up. Tip is won by the Seahawks, and here comes Peninsula. That's Frazier with it, up top to Pelagi, and around the horn it goes. Into the corner and back up top to Pelagi. In the corner to Frazier. Going to drive baseline on Griffin. Stepped on the baseline right there, and that's the first turnover in the ball game. Goes on Peninsula. It's Highclimber ball. It's about 40 seconds into this ball game. Looks like the Seahawks are going to do a little bit of a one-player zone. As Peterson has it, she'll bring it across for Shelton. To Griffin. Griffin to the baseline. Finds Johnson to Lexi Moon. Will hit the jumper. Lexi with the first basket of the night. Getting her first start here, at least tonight, that I'm aware of. Comes Pelagi for Peninsula. Over far side. That's Doss in the corner. Dribbles up to the elbow. Picked off by Kayla Garens. Garens get it up to Johnson. Johnson stops, waits for the pack. Throws in the middle to Garens. Garens off the glass and in. Doss will get it over to Pelagi. Pelagi high post feed to Ritchie. Out it goes. 3 for Papalus. Missed it. Rebound goes to Doss. And now near side. Beyond the 3-point out to Frazier. Frazier to the foul line. Elbow. Out it goes. 3 for Doss. Goes in. Nope, it's only 2. Standing on the line. Katie Johnson with the ball, drives a double team, stripped of the ball, but it rolls over to Garens and it's knocked out of bounds off of the Seahawks. So it'll be Shelton ball, foul line extended, well, far sideline between the scorer's table and the Peninsula bench. Inbounds goes to Griffin. Griffin to the top of the key, one hands it over to Johnson. Johnson open for three. Yes! Katie's first basket, and it's a 3-ball. And here come the Seahawks back quickly. Ritchie to the hoop. And that's Highclimbers are pushing it. So Jasmine Griffin driving the baseline, one hands it, threw it away. Frazier with the ball for Peninsula, going to the hoop, puts it up short, but they're going to get Katie Johnson with the foul. First whistle of the ball game goes on the Highclimbers, or yes, it does. At the free throw line for 2 free throws, Belle Frazier. Trying to cut into this early 3-point lead for the Highclimbers. She got the first one, she'll get another one. Second free throw rattled out, rebound Garens. Garens will get it up to Peterson. Peterson to Griffin. Griffin to the three-point arc near side. It's like Peninsula's in a zone up top to Peterson. Peterson fakes the three. Hands it off to Johnson. Katie will drive baseline. Gonna have a lane, go right to the hoop, put it up, dropped out, rebound pulled down by Peninsula. And here comes the Seahawks. Missing that shot was Doss on the other end. Ritchie with the rebound, the putback. It spins in for Kirsten. 4 points for her, and it's a tie ball game. The ball is just thrown, and it goes out of bounds. That's the second turnover on Shelton. Well, unforced turnovers on the Highclimbers. Bloggy will get the ball in from Doss. Step across the mid-court stripe. Over to Doss. Doss working at the top. Bouncing it over to Popoulis. Down it goes to Ritchie. Ritchie to the hoop. Puts it up. Partially blocked. Rebound. Pulled down by Frazier. Frazier tried to put it up, but she draws a foul on Shelton. What's the foul go on whom? It'll go on Kayla Garens. That's her first. At the free throw line, Belle Frazier. 1 for 2, has a point so far tonight. First free throw, dropped it. Should get another one. .453 to go, first quarter. Peninsula with its first lead of the night, and it's 2. Katie Johnson slows the pace down for the Highclimbers. Dribbles high post to Kayla Garens, down to Jasmine Griffin. Fade away in the paint, slips in for Jazz. Tie ball game. Comes Doss the other way. That's Popoulis, finds Doss. Doss is double teamed in the corner, lost a handle, and Katie Johnson came away with it for a brief second, and a jump ball is called, and that will go over to the Highclimbers. 4:27 go, first quarter. 9-9 is the score early. A couple of top teams here in the South Sound Conference. Jordan Peterson gets the ball to Kayla Garens. Johnson, extra pass in the corner. Jasmine Griffin for 3. That one rattled out. Lexi Moon with the rebound. The putback comes up short. Ritchie will pull down the rebound there. Throws it out. Ball's tapped, and it goes to Peterson. Peterson over to Johnson for 3. That one's a little too hard. Kayla Garens with the rebound. Back to Johnson, top of the key. Bounce it over to Peterson. Back to Johnson. Katie sets the play for Shelton. Bounce it over to, a steal by Pelagi, and going the other way is Frazier missed the runner, and then Kayla Garens came down with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Peninsula. That'll go on Renee Doss. Her first foul on Peninsula. It's Highclimber ball. Jasmine Griffin will bring it up this time. Goes over to Katie Johnson. Johnson to the three-point arc, bounces it to Kayla Garens across the paint, missed the shot, and rebound pulled down by Frazier. Frazier gets it up to Doss. Doss to the hoop, blocked by Johnson, recovered by Katie. Katie will spin around and set the play, get everybody up there. Throws it all the way up. Jasmine Griffin to the foul line. Kick it out to Katie Johnson. Down into the corner to Jasmine Griffin. Griffin to the side of the paint. Up top goes Jordan Peterson for three. No. Rebound pulled down by Pelagi. Pelagi's outlet is knocked out of bounds near mid-court by Jordan Peterson.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Come see for yourself by scheduling a tour to view apartments, the beautiful surroundings, activities, and the signature dining room. Maple Glen Senior Living Community, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman, 360-427-0300 to learn more about this exciting living community.
And we're back here at the Mini Dome. Maple Glen, the Senior Living halftime show. You can see the halftime score there. Peninsula 32, Shelton 29. From what I could tell as I tried to scramble to get my technical issues done, that Peninsula went on a little run there in the second quarter. First quarter ended at a 16-16 tie. And I believe they were up by as many as 7, 8, possibly 9 at one point in time. The Highclimbers came back. Now, the story for Shelton tonight is they're a little bit short-handed. Two of their starters and about half of their scoring, two leading scorers are out ill tonight. Timber Ware not on the floor tonight. Kylan Powell also out. Hopefully, Coach Leth says he hopes to get them back for Friday's matchup against Timberline, which is another important game here. All of them are important here on out. It's all conference. Nearing the midpoint of the season. You get to see everybody a second time, see where you stand, try to make the districts. I believe 6 teams head to districts playoffs. Everybody wants to be a higher seed. The better you are, more likelihood that you would advance further on in the playoffs. The Highclimbers last couple of years, one of the lower seeds. Unfortunately, they ended up being knocked out after 2 games in districts. Coach Leth thinks this team is balanced across the board. He's only playing 7. There's a couple extra girls on the bench just in case. He did tell me that at least a couple of these players are going to play the whole game and not get much of a rest. Jasmine Griffin, one of them, probably Katie Johnson, the other, Kayla Garens as well. Lexi Moon and Deshea Littleson are getting some more time, try and put some size in there. Because Kylan Powell, 5'11", is out, and the scoring has got to be across the board. Jordan Peterson got the start tonight. She's got to step it up like she has and can. We know she can do. For Peninsula, don't know much about Peninsula. I know that the coach was a little late in getting us his starters. Actually, I think it was like 10 minutes before the tip-off or that we got the starters. So it's interesting. I think that the Peninsula is playing great, and you've got Belle Frazier, just monster on the boards. She is 6 foot. Got some outside shooting. This been provided by Frazier as well. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Highclimbers the rest of the way, and we will get to the third quarter very shortly. We'll be right back. Hopefully we'll not have any more technical issues. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
That's my neighbor Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a big mistake. Hey, Joe, think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have the utilities marked before you start digging?
I'm not digging very deep. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
Dad, the TV's out. Internet too.
Remember, safe digging always starts with a free call to 811. Oh, what a knucklehead.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
It'll be Highclimber ball. Start the third quarter now that we're back in full force. Got Lexi Moon, Jasmine Griffin, Jordan Peterson, Katie Johnson, Kayla Garens in there for Shelton to start the second half. There's Katie Johnson with it, far side. Bounce up top to Peterson. Peterson eyed the hoop for a second, looking low. Back to Johnson at the top. Gonna throw it to the baseline in the corner. Quick passes to Kayla Garens. She'll put it up off the glass and in. And it's a 1-point lead for Peninsula. Frazier brings the ball up. Polagi with it now. She'll step back, try and draw out Johnson. Highclimbers do man-to-man. I prefer the more politically correct or gender-neutral player. Down it goes to Richie. Richie drives baseline, missed the shot, but drew the foul on Kayla Garens. Catch up on the fouls as well. Oh, actually went on Moon. This is her first. All right, we've got Richie at the free throw line. Got the second one. So that brings the lead back up to 2. Comes Katie Johnson for Shelton. Speeds up the court. High post feed to Kayla Garens off her hands, and ball still free. And Peterson comes away with it to Garens. Garens is going to be fouled on the pass off. Nope, it's going to be a whistle away from the ball. It'll be on Shelton. Peninsula ball. Bellagio will bring it across the timeline. Here comes Peninsula, leading by 2. Trying to get by the defense of Johnson. She'll throw it to the corner. Back out to Pelagi. Pelagi to the top. Going to stop at the foul line and pop. Comes up short. Rebound Lexi Moon. Comes Katie Johnson now for the Highclimbers. Trailing by 2. Third quarter action. Into the corner. Jasmine Griffin driving baseline. Tried to bounce it to Lexi Moon. Threw it out of bounds. And a turnover. 6:28 to go, third quarter. Pelagi with the dribbles. Gonna throw it down to Frazier. Frazier turnaround jumper. Nice move. Dropped in. Extending that lead to 4. Katie Johnson, three-point arc. Lob down baseline. Jasmine Griffin, one dribble, puts it up, missed it. Rebound pulled down by Richie. Richie out to Frazier. Frazier throw to the baseline. That's Papalis with the jumper, missing it. Moon pulled away I'm sorry, that was Peterson. Managed to get it to Katie Johnson. And a jump ball, and that will be back over to the hands of Peninsula. Papalis will inbounds it. Gets it in to Doss. Back to Papalis on the baseline. Draws double team, throws it back to Doss. Doss up to Pelagi. Pelagi down to Ritchie. And missed it. And here come the Highclimbers. Jordan Peterson spinning with the ball. Bounce. Oop, a steal by Frazier. She's going to drive and lay it up and in. Coach Leth wants to talk things over. Full timeout, 5:20 to go, third quarter. 6-point lead for Peninsula. We'll be right back.
You've seen the sign, keep right except to pass, but did you know it's the law? Camping out in the left lane makes you a slow-moving safety hazard. Moving to the right improves emergency response time and helps reduce collisions and traffic jams. Allowing faster-moving traffic to pass is always the best choice. Use the left lane to pass slower-moving or merging traffic, then return to your lane. Remember, keep right except to pass.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit keeptheconnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Highclimber ball coming out of the timeout. After a quick little 6-point run there by Peninsula, put them back up by 6. Looks like the lineup stays the same for both teams. Katie Johnson will inbounds it. Throw it to Kayla Garens. Back to Johnson, still in back court. Throw it over to Peterson. Peterson lob it to Garens. Garens off the glass, drops it in. 4 points for Garens in the quarter. Pelagi down to Ritchie on the box, fighting her way to the hoop and tied up by Kayla Garens, and that'll go over to the Highclimbers. Under 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Four-point lead for Peninsula. Full court press. Johnson gets it into Griffin. Back to Johnson. Lob it up to Garens. Garens going to drive to the foul line, poked out of her hands, out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say she lost it. Yeah, I'll go down as a turnover, and I'm guessing somewhere around 9 turnovers for Shelton. I'm guessing, because remember, we lost the second quarter. Pelagi over to Frazier, back to Pelagi to the hoop, puts it up, missed it, rebound. Peterson had it, saved and bounced by Pelagi. There's Doss. Jumper short. Pelagi with the rebound. Back to Frazier. Frazier to the foul line. So to Doss. Doss for 3. Rebound goes to Katie Johnson, and here come the Highclimbers. Up to Griffin. Jasmine had to save it in bounds. And Pelagi loses it, but hands it off to Frazier. Frazier to the foul line, to the paint. Stops, pops. In and out. Rebound Johnson. Everybody needs to slow down just a bit. Keep control of the ball. Katie Johnson with it. And another turnover by the Highclimbers. Comes Frazier back the other way to the foul line, to the paint. Had it stolen away by Johnson. Katie on the far sidelines. Gonna let the pack go by and slow the pace down. Keep control, it's what she wants to do. Up to Peterson. Peterson, the three-point arc. Hook it to Garens at the foul line. Back to, try to get it back. And Doss with a pick. And it's one-on-one. And a late whistle on that one. And Katie just picked up her third personal. Doss at the free throw line. A couple of free throws. Try to extend this 4-point Peninsula lead. She does with the first one. Deshea Littleson and Taya Gooley will step on for the Highclimbers. And number 4, who I have no idea. I think that might be Emily Upedal. I have no idea who that is for Peninsula. Second free throw rattled in for Doss. Deshea Littleson with it, and back to Gooley. Gooley trying to get across the midcourt stripe, bounce it over to Peterson. Peterson to Moon. Moon off the glass, no. Rebound tracked down by Peninsula. Polagi with it now. Up to 4, and she's going to travel. I have 8 turnovers on Peninsula. 3 minutes, 5 seconds, or 6 seconds to go here, third quarter. 39-33 is the score. Gooley with it in backcourt for the Highclimbers to Griffin. Griffin, nice little dribble move there. Get it to Moon in the corner for 3. No. Rebound tapped, and here comes Doss. Doss going to go one-on-one with Gooley. No, lost the handle on the ball. Deshea Littleson will pick it up. Throw it up to Peterson. Jordan to the hoop, scoops it up and in. Number 4 for Peninsula into the corner. It's Doss, I believe. Back to 4. Well, that's Doss. Down it goes to Frazier. Frazier backing down. Turnaround hook. Nice move, but comes up short. Rebound, Griffin. Griffin will put it on the floor and bring it up for Shelton. Throw it to Gooley. Gooley throws up a prayer, missed it, but Griffin's there to clean it up. 2-point lead now for Peninsula. Here comes Doss. Over the corner. Turnaround long 2. No. Rebound tapped in. Pulled down by Griffin. Griffin the other way for Shelton. Gonna go right to the hoop. Scoops it up and in. No rest here. Popoli stops, pops, short. 4 tracked it down and jump ball called. We'll find out who number 4 is. Piper Bauer will step back on, and Kirsten Ritchie will step on for Peninsula, and we have a full timeout. Looks like Katie Johnson will be ready to step in as well as play resumes. 1:45 to go, third quarter, tie ball game.
If you are interested in how our local government works, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, gives you the opportunity to watch our elected officials in action. Every Tuesday, you can watch the Mason County Commission. These live broadcasts air at 9 a.m., except on the fourth Tuesday of a month when the County Commission meets at 6 p.m. You can also watch the County Commissioners online at your leisure or tune in to a rebroadcast on Hood Canal Communications local channel. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only place to find this type of in-depth coverage.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Peninsula ball coming out of the timeout. Doss will inbounds it. From left of the backboard. Throws it in to Frazier. Catch and shoot for 3. Hits it. Wow. And the lead is back to 3 for Peninsula. Katie Johnson back at the ballgame with the ball over to, sorry, that's Peterson. Peterson back and forth on a dribble. Runner at the paint, dropped off. Frazier with the rebound. She'll throw it up. And quick pass is down. Bauer will give it back to Papalis. Papalis put it up. No, rebound. Tapped out by Ritchie. That'll go over to the Highclimbers. Kayla Gerens is back for Shelton. Lexi Moon will sit down. Katie Johnson will look it in, throw it to mid-court to Shea Littleson. She just got away with a bow over and back there by the heel of her foot. Katie Johnson with the ball over to Gooley. A little high on that pass, out of bounds. Another turnover. I'm saying there's a dozen on Shelton. 1:06 to go. Third quarter, 3-point lead for Peninsula. Seahawks have the ball. Bauer with it near side. Up to Frazier. Frazier's going to go, try to get by the mismatch, and Johnson to the foul line, trying to look for some running room. Papalis up top to Doss, over to Bauer. Bauer on the floor. Hand it off to Doss. Doss with 9 on the shot clock, trying to get by Peterson. Lost the handle, got it back. Finds Bauer. Bauer dribble, penetrates, turned around. 2 on the shot clock. Ritchie with the jumper at the foul line. No. Johnson with the rebound for Shelton. And Highclimbers have the ball. Jordan Peterson crosses midcourt. Over to Johnson. Down to the baseline. Goes to Kayla Garens. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. Jasmine Griffin returns for Shelton. Jordan Peterson will sit down as Highclimber ball baseline inbounds. Left of the backboard. Taya Gooley will trigger the play. Johnson pops out, gets the inbounds beyond 3-point arc. 19 on the game clock. Out to Griffin. Griffin eyes the hoop for 3. Hook it to DeShea Littleson at the top. 4-3. No. Rebound. Bauer had it, and there's a foul on the Highclimbers. And Jazz has picked up her third personal foul. 3 team fouls on Shelton. 9 seconds. And a pickoff by Garens. Garens to Gooley. Gooley to the midcourt. 3 seconds to work to the 3-point arc. Down to Johnson. Johnson catches it in the crowd. Puts it up. Draws a foul. And it dropped in. Count it with the 1. So Katie Johnson is going to have a chance at a possible 3-point play to tie the ball game at the end of 3. Keep it here until Katie gets her extra free throw. Oh, she came up a little hard on that one. So we head to the break between the 3rd and 4th. Peninsula up 42-41. We'll be right back.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Back in the Mini-Dome, 4th quarter about ready to start. Peninsula Seahawks will start out with that ball. We got Papalis and Bauer. Inbounds goes to Bauer. Working with Frazier, Ritchie, and Doss. That's Bauer to the side of the paint. Lost the ball off of her hand, out of bounds. I have about 9-10 turnovers on Peninsula, leading by 1, 42-41. Played 11 seconds into this final frame. DeShea Littleson with the ball. Throws it to Jasmine Griffin. Griffin going to go to the hoop, put it up, draws a foul on Ritchie. So the second team foul on Peninsula. Personal foul will go on Ritchie, as I said, I believe. Yep. And how many on her? That's her first. So Jasmine Griffin at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Short on the first one. She'll get another one. Kara McKinney will step back on. Oh, that's not even her name. Griffin will have another free throw for Shelton. Hits off the back of the iron. With a lane violation on Jazz. I think she went a little early. So it'll be Peninsula ball in the back court. 7:41 to go in the ball game. 1 point lead for the Seahawks. Here comes Bauer. Bauer with the dribbles, just holding on to the ball. Deflected high post feed, but it goes to Frazier. Turnaround jumper at the foul line. No. Rebound Griffin. Griffin up to Kayla Garens. Garens to the hoop, puts it up short. Griffin with a rebound. Get it to Johnson. Johnson had it blocked and recovered by Belle Frazier. Frazier weaving her way around. Baseline jumper off by Papalis. Johnson comes away with the rebound, but it goes to Frazier. Frazier the three-point arc. Extra pass over to Bauer. Bauer for three. Battled out. Rebound. Garens pulled it down, throws it up to Johnson. Johnson had it stolen away by Frazier. Boy, oh boy. They're going to trap Frazier trying to get across midcourt. Finds Papalis. Papalis to number 20. Don't have a number. Papalis with a jumper on the side of the paint. Pulled down by Johnson. Little erratic play by both teams here. Nobody can seem to put the ball in the hoop. Johnson trying to get across midcourt to the three-point arc. Side of the paint, going to go attack. Put it up. Missed the shot. Rebound. Frazier. Tied up and backcourt by Johnson. That will go over to the Highclimbers on the alternating possession. Jordan Peterson up off the Highclimber bench. Checks in. Katie Johnson will get a rest. So it's Gooley, Griffin, Littleson, Garens, and Peterson on the court for Shelton. Gooley inbounding it into Garens. To Peterson. Peterson to the foul line, right to the hoop. Gets it, extra pass to Kayla Garens. She'll put it up and in. And the Highclimbers are up one. Approaching 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Here comes Frazier. Frazier going coast to coast, stops, pops, hits. And it's a 1 point lead for Peninsula. Here comes Jordan Peterson for Shelton the other way. To the top of the key, stops. Over to Gooley. Gooley looking for Deshea Littleson on the box. Extra pass up top to Peterson. Peterson faked the three and will reset the offense. 14 on shot clock. Nope, she's going to take the three at the top. That's short. Deshea Littleson with the rebound. Hook pass in the middle to Garens. Ping-pongs around and comes away with it by the Seahawks. Up to Ritchie. Ritchie to the hoop. Stripped to the ball and a foul on Shelton. I think it's going to go on Jordan Peterson. And it goes on Peterson. That's her first personal. Looks like Lexi Moon is about ready to check back in for the Highclimbers as Ritchie's at the free throw line. 1 for 2 at her last trip. Missed the first one, she'll get another one. Lindsay Loverich is in the ballgame for Peninsula. Deshea Littleson sitting down, and it's like Papalis is down on the bench for Peninsula. So Ritchie's second free throw. Off the back of the iron, missed both of them. Gooley comes away with a rebound, nearly lost it. And then it hits the sidelines. It'll stay with Peninsula. Bauer will inbounds it. Foul line extended just below us. Looking for Frazier and a collision, and they're going to get Griffin with a foul, trying to fight through a screen. That's her fourth. Griffin will sit down. Katie Johnson is back in. She's playing with 3. 1 point lead for Peninsula. Number 20 will inbounds it, lob it to Bauer off her fingertips. She'll go to midcourt to get it. to Loveridge. A little push there, no whistle. Ritchie in the paint. Ends up traveling, I believe. Yep, she did. I have 10 turnovers on Peninsula. Seahawks have a 1-point lead. Shelton with the ball. Full court press again. Katie Johnson gets it in to Kayla Garens. And she'll bring it up. Throw it to Katie Johnson, actually. Here come the Highclimbers trying to set the play. 5 minutes to go here in the ball game, trailing by 1. Katie Johnson still with the dribbles at the top. Trying to get the play to form up. Here's Jordan Peterson. She'll drive side of the paint, scoop it up. Oh, it dropped out. Rebound. Kaya Gooley had good position, trying to keep it away, and a jump ball is called. And we have Ritchie down on the deck on the backside. And timeout. It looks like Kirsten is holding her left ankle. I think she might have landed on somebody's foot. We will step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Vehicle collisions are the #1 killer of teens in the U.S., taking 8 young lives every day. And speeding is a factor in more than half of teen fatal car crashes, but we can prevent these tragedies. Talk with your teen about staying safe behind the wheel. Remind them to follow the speed limit and adjust their driving for road conditions. Keep the conversation going and be the driver you want your teen to be. It's not just good parenting, it's a matter of life or death.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Congratulations, Joe, you found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Well, the good news is that Ritchie got up under her own power and walked to the bench. It is a Peninsula ball. Frazier brings it up to the foul line on the dribble. Over to Loveridge, looking for Richter, and it's Frazier back to the mid-court stripe. Pull-up jumper for Frazier's off. Rebound tapped by the Highclimbers. Jordan Peterson saved it in bounds. It goes off with Katie Johnson, and then somehow they're going to get foul on the Highclimbers. Kayla Garens has picked up her 3rd personal. Jasmine Griffin back in the ball game. Deshea Littleson is also in. And Gooley and Garens will sit down for Shelton. And we have a 30-second timeout called. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
.4:26 to go here in the ball game. 1-point lead for Peninsula. The Seahawks will have the ball in their baseline in their front court. I'm assuming that that's Kara McKinney on the inbounds, working with Loveridge, Frazier, Bauer, and 24 is Richter. Richter's fouled. Nope, they're going to say is a traveling call there. Highclimbers have Littleson, Moon, Griffin, Peterson, and Johnson. Johnson hit the ball right now to Littleson, back to Johnson. Again, the Highclimbers without 2 of their top scorers. That's Griffin. Griffin forces up a shot over Frazier, doesn't fall, partially blocked there. Here comes Frazier the other way for Peninsula. Pull-up jumper and the bucket. That's, I'm going to say it's McKinney. I'm not sure on that. McKenna Peterson, I guess is her name. Missed the possible three-point play, and the outlet off the rebound is stolen away by Loveridge. Turnaround jumper by Bell doesn't fall in. Kind of come up short. Here comes Jasmine Griffin. Griffin's going to go coast to coast, scoops it up, missed the shot, no foul, and here comes Frazier. Frazier just got away with a walk, and then they're going to say she's on the sidelines and turn the ball right back over. 3:36 to go, 3-point lead now for Peninsula. Shelton with the ball. Jasmine Griffin with it. Griffin will hand it off to Katie Johnson. Katie's going to take a three. Takes it, wow. Tie ball game at 46. 3:15 to go here in the game. Hook out to Bauer. Bauer for three. Air ball. And here comes Jordan Peterson for Shelton. Peterson's going to drive, kick it out the corner. Three on the way by Jasmine Griffin. That's off. Rebound goes to Bauer. Bauer's going to bring it out of the pack, come the other way. Tie ball game to the foul line. Has a 2-on-2. Jumper on the baseline falls off. And Frazier with the over the top, no whistle. Her turnaround jumper falls off. And she draws a foul on Shelton. That'll go on Katie Johnson. That's her fourth. Kayla Garen's up off the bench for Shelton. Paige Palagi is also waiting to check in, along with the number 4. I have no idea who number 4 is either. Frazier hit the first free throw. She'll get one more. Lexi Moon will sit down. Oh boy, we have Papalis is back in there for Peninsula as well. It's been Belle Frazier's show tonight. Can she extend the Peninsula lead to 2 on her second free throw? Yep. Here comes Jordan Peterson for Shelton, working on the far sidelines now. Stops on the dribble, looking it over. The court try to throw in the middle, and ball deflected, turned over. Palagi with it. Frazier throws it to Palagi, and still in back court to the three-point arc. Stops, and long 2 on the way. Frazier muscles away the rebound, tied up by Littleson. That'll go over to the Highclimbers. 2:18 to go in the ball game. 2-point lead for Peninsula. Timeout has been called. We'll take it. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host at Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
And we're back here at the Mini-Dome. 2:18 to go in the ball game. 2-point lead for Peninsula. Shelton has the ball. Not sure what the referee is asking. Katie Johnson, Jasmine Griffin, Jordan Peterson, Deshea Wilson, Kayla Garens in the ball game to finish this thing out. Probably inbounds goes to Garens off her hands. I'm sorry, goes to Deshea Littleson off her hands, but gets a good. Griffin puts it up and in. Tie ball game again. 2:13 to go. Down it goes to Papalis. Oh, and a touchdown by Jordan Peterson. on Peterson. And that brings Shelton up to 9. Only 2 on Jordan. McKenna Peterson at the free throw line for Peninsula. First of a 1-1. Going to break this stalemate. She does. To get one more. Off on the second one. Garens with the rebound. And now here comes Jasmine Griffin. Griffin up to Deshea Littleson off of her hands, and another turnover. And the ball gets right back to the Highclimbers. Long pass to Kayla Garens, puts it up and in, and the foul. Foul went on number 4. Again, I don't have a name for number 4. So Garens at the line for possible 3-point play. Shelton is up 1 at this point. Make it 2. Pelagie with the ball. Hits the ball back from Papalis. It's number 4 with the far side. Going to drive side of the paint, kick it out. Papalis with it. Get a screen. Hook it over. Pelagie. Down it goes to Frazier. Double teamed, fouled. No. There's 2 shots coming for Belle Frazier. 2-point lead for Shelton. And I think Katie Johnson just fouled out. Yeah, she did. That's her 5th. I have her with 11 points. I think she has more than that. 1:25 to go in the ball game. 2-point lead for Shelton. And Belle Frazier's first free throw goes in. She'll get another one. 1-point lead for Shelton. Belle's second free throw. Tie ball game. Full timeout called. 1:25 to go in the ball game. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Other TV providers force you to sign a long-term contract. Then you're stuck with years of second-rate service. Hood Canal Communications delivers stunning HD, plus bundled savings on super-fast internet and home phone, with no long-term contracts. It's all backed by an exceptional team of local service professionals. No contracts, no nonsense, just great service. Don't get stuck with a contract. Visit hcc.net to learn more.
There's a lot going on these days at Maple Glen in Shelton. Maple Glen has a Sunday brunch, open to the community with free admittance when you schedule a tour. What a great way to learn more about this beautiful senior living community. Maple Glen Senior Living, located just 20 minutes north of Olympia at 1700 North 13th Loop in Shelton. They're just feet away from the hospital, medical professionals, and pharmacies. Contact Teresa Gilman at 360-427-0300 to learn more and schedule a visit to Maple Glen.
1:25 to go here in the ball game. 51-51. It's been a good ball game here. Really close, back and forth, especially here in the fourth quarter. It's a high climber ball after they made 2 free throws made by Belle Frazier of Peninsula. Taya Gooley will bring it up. Jordan Peterson now to Deshea Littleson to Gooley. Gooley, oh, lazy passes on the high climber part. There's Peterson. Peterson to Griffin in the corner. Oh boy, Bell with a big steal there. She's gonna slow up, change directions, give it to Papalis, back to Bell, Frazier. Frazier spinning, shooting, and rebound goes to the Peninsula, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Highclimbers. Wow. Baseline inbounds for Peninsula. Tie ball game under a minute, 55.5 seconds. And there's some discussion on exactly what. Oh, they're going to reset the shot clock. 55.5 seconds to go here in the ball game. 51. Oh, no, they're going to put 22 on the shot clock. All right. 51-51. Peninsula with the ball. Baseline inbounds right of the backboard. Inbounds to Frazier. Frazier gets away from... Oh, boy, that one dropped in. Wow. Got away from Griffin to get that one in there. 2-point lead for Peninsula. Jordan Peterson with it, top of the key. Into Deshea Littleson, out to Jasmine Griffin for the lead. Oh, boy. No, saved in bounds. Not quite by Taya Gooley. 31 seconds to go in the game. 2-point lead for Peninsula. And a full timeout call by Coach Leff. We'll be right back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Emerging science indicates access to high-speed internet during the school years can lead to positive outcomes, including, but not limited to, streamlined acquisition of data, academic achievement, career advancement, satisfying relationships, cuter children, joy. Our scientific conclusion? Call now and get the HCC Internet and Voice Bundle for the everyday low price of $44.95. Call today and save.
I lost my mother to a drunk driver. She taught me to be kind and good and strong. Be a positive force in a sometimes cruel world. I want to do everything I can to keep Washington a beautiful place. For my children, for your children. Become a Washington State Trooper.
Peninsula ball coming out of the timeout with a 2-point lead. 31 seconds to go in the game. McKenna Peterson will inbounds it for the Seahawks. Gets it into Frazier. Frazier nearly stepped on the baseline in the back court. She's got Griffin all over her going up that court. Frazier again with the ball. Griffin's right there in her chest. Up top it goes to Pelagi. Now there is Frazier. Frazier's going to be bumped and fouled with 6.1 seconds to go. It'll go on Jazz, and that's 5 on Jazz.
Being fouled is on Jasmine Griffin. That is her 5th personal foul. Let's give her a big hand for the
And Belle Frazier has 2 free throws. Possibility to ice this game. Seahawks lead by 2. And it's going to be Lexi Moon to check into the ball game for the Highclimbers. 6.1 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Peninsula, but the Seahawks, Belle Frazier is at the line for the first of 2 free throws. Got the first one. A timeout has been called. We'll take it. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
And we're back here at the Mini-Dome. 6.1 seconds to remain in the ball game. Peninsula Seahawks up 3. And Belle Frazier's at the line for her second free throw. She can ice it with this free throw. I'll do it. 4-point lead. Kayla Garen's into Jordan Peterson. Peterson up the far sidelines, crossing midcourts, changing directions. Finds Kayla Garens, puts it up and in at the buzzer. So, but that will be the final, 55-53. 2-point loss for the Highclimbers here tonight, but a very tight and well-played game. We will be right back, wrap this thing up. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live broadcasts of high school basketball in Mason County. Friday night, the Shelton girls continue South Sound Conference action and host Timberline. Tip-off in the Mini-Dome is at 7. At South Sound Conference Girls High School Basketball, the Timberline Blazers at the Shelton Highclimbers, Friday night, only on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Tough loss for the climbers here in the Mini-Dome tonight, 55-53 to the Peninsula Seahawks. I don't have accurate statistics, so I can't really tell you, but I know that Belle Frazier had more than 29 points to lead the way for the Lady Seahawks, who have still that one loss on the season. They have improved to 9-1, 4-1 in the South Sound Conference. The Highclimbers dropped to 7-3 on the season, 3-2 in the SSC. Likely drop down to a two-way tie for third in the league after pending the results of Gig Harbor and Timberline, which are playing tonight as well. Gig Harbor heading in at the number 1 spot. Every game very important, and you like to, if you're on the road, you like to steal one on the road. If you're at home, you want to win your home games. So again, the final 55-53. Next up for the Shelton girls, they host Timberline on Friday. Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, will broadcast that game. Peninsula, by the way, heads to Central Kitsap on Friday. As mentioned, our next broadcast is Friday, as Shelton girls host Timberline. Tip-off here in the Mini-Domes at 7 p.m. And that does it for tonight's broadcast. Final again, Peninsula 55, Shelton 53. My thanks for you for hanging with us through the technical problems through the second quarter. And thank you for joining us for high school basketball. Mason Web TV powered by HCC. We will talk to you on Friday.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV powered by HCC has been brought to you by Maple Glen Senior Living, celebrating the art of life, and Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.